Hey guys, habari yako? Hope you're well. My name is Jen Lois. It's been a minute, but I'm happy to be back. In today's vlog, we'll be talking about being in your early 30s and single. One thing, it's an amazing journey. One has to find being content in being single, because if you keep on fighting the fact that you're actually single, you will end up in frustration. There's a lot of negative energy, a lot of unsettlement that you will have surrounding your life, and that will not be healthy. So when you look in my family, I'm the first one to be single in my 30s. It's like I'm the record breaker, or it's like I'm setting a new path, or rather a new record in my family, because I'm the first one to be single in my 30s. Most of being single and not having children. But sometimes I remember there's someone in my family who got married, and when a conversation was just going on, somebody mentioned that person got married very early because they thought time was running out, and there was some agreement into that. I happened to be in that room, and that sounded so new to me, because I was like, you mean there's a time limit for somebody to settle down and have a family? So what happened down the line, in less than a decade, that marriage has dissolved. There have been a lot of unsettlement around it. It has not been an easy journey for this particular person. Yeah, in my 30s and not yet married. This is much better than going out through what this particular person has gone through and still going through. So with that, I remember somebody else telling me, Jen, you need to get married. Just find a man who will provide for you. Just get a man who provide for you. And this person kept on saying this, that a man is a provider. Biblically, a man is a provider. But this person kept on saying this to me like it was the only thing that I need to breathe in and out. Until one day, I was like, you keep on telling me to settle down simply because a man is a provider. And I do not disagree with that. A man is a provider. But if you look at the person that you got married to, who between you and that person is providing, that conversation ended there. I've never been told to settle down just to have a man who provide for me. Let's talk about the most frequent questions that I get. Jane Lois, why do you reject men? First of all, I do not reject men, but mostly, when they ask me that question, I do not answer. I just smile, because the truth on the ground is very, very different. It's like when somebody says that you actually have money. When they look from the outside, you have money, but in your pockets, you only have enough to live comfortably for the next 2 minutes. I'll say this. Personally, each and every single person has a type. And yes, I've tried my type, I've tried not my type. It has been a roller coaster. An example of not my type, that like this person gave me a frustration, and I was like, bro, I know. Because sometimes you look at it. Okay, I actually didn't let it go for long. It was just, you try to converse with this person you cannot converse with. Sometimes when you put a movie, yes, you may be all believers. When it comes to movie, mostly the Christian movies, okay, me, I do not have anything against Christian movies, but Christian movies, they tend to be so emotional. Like during those hard moments, there's so much emphasizes on that, and you're tending to wonder, yes, this is part of life, and yes, you go through the trials and tribulation, but that emotion, when it is rated to be in a movie, just takes a toll on me, and it's not something that I would love to sit down and watch. Okay, sometimes you try to vibe along that, but when pretense is not your thing, this person didn't create an atmosphere where we can coexist. Now, I've tried my type, and my type has shown me kivumbi. Lord Jesus. The other question that I also get to be asked is, have you ever done an abortion? No, I've never done an abortion. I've never. Okay, the other question that I get is, have you ever been pregnant? No, I've never been pregnant. When are you getting married? And I'll tell you one thing for sure. I don't know when I will get married. What I knew is I wanted to get married at the age of 24 or 26. Then after 2 years, I have my first baby, my second baby in my 30s, my third baby in my 30s again, my fourth baby in my 30s. So somewhere in my mid 30s, the plan was for me to be done with giving birth. So now I focus on everything else that life would bring. But yet I'm here in my 30s. So if you ask me right now when I'll get married, trust me, I do not know. But right now I'm waiting on God's timing. The other question that I get a lot is, what are you waiting for? Your age. I'm waiting for God's timing. Literally, I do not have any other way of putting it. If it were my wish, I would love to be married right now. I would love to be settled somewhere with my husband and probably pregnant, but is with my husband. I'm not there. I'm here where I am. And so being here where I am, what I've done now with my life is I refocused it in terms of now my career, and mostly when it comes to money. And so 1 minute you're putting money in your saving to save your future, the minute you're withdrawing money from saving your future to save your now. You know what I mean? And that has put me in a very difficult position financially. So what I did, I decided, okay, I've tried this several times to save enough money enough for me to be able to set up my business, but each and every time I've put myself in that position, I always find myself putting myself in a position where I have to save my now. 2025 this year, okay, now I started focusing on my business, JaiSab. And so JaiSab, what we do training, events, and project management. And with that, I am busy. I'm able to walk into different rooms. I'm able to do what I love, and that is bringing people together and impacting people's lives at a personal level and also at an organizational level. I love doing that. So that's what I've been focusing on. I registered JaiSab in 2016. JaiSab has always been there. I've never given it like full attention that it requires. So what happened 2016 up to 2025? Okay, apart from me being employed, I was working for JaiSab, or rather with JaiSab, on voluntary basis. I do like baby showers and bursaries, all those types of social events, just to try to market myself. But I realized this voluntary basis, they're not giving any ROI. So when 2025 came, I decided not to do on the corporate side, and it has been an amazing journey for that 1 year. 2023, I actually started selling the Turme Tea to the community where I live, and up to date I still sell the Turme Tea. So now with that, when you're in your 30s, you're not married, you do not have a kid, it doesn't necessarily mean that you stop living. You still continue living. So now I started now focusing on my finances, try to get my finances into the right structure. I'm not yet there, trust me, I'm very far, but the foundation is there, and that has been my journey. It has been great because now with that, as much as I have the desire to get married, that is, I'm able to put my focus somewhere else. There's some betrayal that I have experienced. Okay, now concerning to this topic is when the person that you foresaw future with, but that person never had the same perspective. The other betrayal thing that I've gone through is the people closest to you talking negatively about you, simply because you're not married or because I do not have a child. Then the other betrayal, this year I lost my cat. In the month of August, I lost my favorite cat. There's a person that I found, and it's like they foresaw opportunity for me now to settle down. It's like this cat was the reason why I have not been married, I've not had children. You know, people's perspective can amaze you. There are things that I get a lot is, Jane, you do not need a cat, no, you need to have a child. Jane, when you get a child, you will not pay attention to your cat. What does a cat has to do with having a child? Maybe because I do not have a child yet, so I'm not able to fill that gap. But literally, let me know in the comment section, what does the cat has to do with having a child or not having a child? The other thing that I get is those standards that you have put there. Don't be too picky. Don't be too picky. Those standards that you put in there at your age will cost you. Like, I've tried my type. Not my type. What are you even talking about, bro? To learn myself in my 30s single. Forget it, to learn myself in my 30s, because in your 30s, that's when now you start like to understand life. No, you are here. You want me to keep on to actually add you in my 30s. People. The people who are in their 30s, the desire to get married, the desire to have their kids, to have children. But apparently, God has not put them in a position to be married. God has not put them in a position to have children yet. Let me answer this question. Yes, I would love to get married. I would love to have children of my own. I'm actually looking forward to it. When and if God put me in that position for me to get married and to have children, I will forever be grateful. If God sees otherwise, the path that God has given me to partake, the path that I will take. Something else that's happened in your 30s, when you're single, people think that you do not have problems, mostly when it comes to finances. Bro, I have problems when it comes to finances. Mostly that I actually started my business this year. You know, it takes business 3 to 5 years for it to start being profitable. Yes, I have problem with money. Mwaka zimekuwa shida, pesa imekuwa mingi sana. Kindly guys, please buy my Turme Tea to help me to keep me on my toe. And also, if you have any event that you'd like for me to be an event strategist, my number is on the screen and also in my description. And also the events for next year, summit, seminars, link is in my description box. Can you check them out? Thank you very much for watching this video. May God bless you and have a lovely day. Bye.